The lizard on the bottom, his name is Thor. He's the dominant green anole of this territory. And then the lizard at the top, that's Invader Zim. Mating season has started, so Invader Zim wants to mate with females, but the females choose to live in Thor's territory. In order to mate, he has two options. He could battle Thor for the territory, defeat Thor, and Thor would have to leave, and then he can mate freely whenever he wants. Or he can sneak into Thor's territory and try to mate and then get out of there before Thor can notice. Invader Zim spots Thor and Thor spots Invader Zim. So Invader Zim is going to make his way out of the territory. Thor is going to follow up. These two male anoles have already established rank. Invader Zim is rank 2 and Thor is rank 1. That means that whenever these two come across each other in the garden, Invader Zim will retreat from Thor. Notice how he's actually patrolling and really searching for Invader Zim or any other males. So there's a male just below him, but he doesn't know it yet. Up to this point, we haven't seen Thor in actual combat with another male. Bobbing his head and displaying his dewlap is enough to make the other males retreat right now. I've actually had an anole that would bob his head and display his dewlap, and all the other males in the area would run away from him. But then he got challenged one time. There was a male that actually came up to him and accepted his challenge, and as soon as the other male bobbed his head and displayed his dewlap, he took off running. So I'm hoping that's not the same situation with Thor. But later in this video, Thor does something that made me not look at him like I looked at the previous anole. Thor is actually really bold. You guys will get a chance to see that. Alright, let's get into reproduction with the green anoles. We're on animaldiversity.org. If you guys wanted to check this out, I'll leave a link in the description. Starting off with the reproduction section, it says here, the majority of green anoles are polygynous. Especially in large populations, they usually will mate only within their own territories. Females are not characteristically known to search for different mates. In cases when a female mates with a different male, it's usually due to intrusion into her territory. So that means that a female will only mate with the different male if the male that's dominating her territory is defeated and then a new male comes in. Now let's get into the anoles living in our garden. Here's a situation where Thor, the dominant green anole, has to protect his female. You have an intruding male trying to mate with Thor's female down there, and Thor spots him at the top of his tree, so he comes down and he's going to regulate. The only reason Thor was able to spot him was because the female was trying to wiggle her way away from that male. She didn't want to mate with him. It's fascinating to see that the females really only want to mate with the dominant male, and they know who's dominant and who's not. I'm going to read another portion of this article about the green anole mating ritual, and then we'll get into a video of Thor performing this mating ritual with the female living in his territory. It says, the sexual display behavior of green anoles is very specific. Members of almost every mating pair live within each other's territory. To attract the attention of females, males bob their heads up and down and extend their dewlaps. Not all females are receptive to male courtship. Some deny them, and others exhibit the same behavior as males but then arc their neck to inform the male they are receptive to mating. The male then approaches the female and bites the back of her neck. The male stabilizes himself by positioning his tail beneath the female's body and then mounts her back. Mating typically lasts only a few minutes. Now let's look at Thor to the left, our dominant green anole, mating with the female within his territory. The article mentioned that females will arc their neck to inform males they are receptive to mating, and we see her doing that exact behavior. Now Thor is looking to neck bite like the article mentioned. Did you guys notice earlier when that smaller male was trying to mate with the female, she wasn't staying still and allowing him to. But she's completely fine mating with Thor because he has those dominant genes that she wants for her offspring. So we are expecting to see a lot of little baby green anoles running around this spring. Also baby brown anoles. Carnage is mating with all the female brown anoles living within this same territory. I've actually witnessed a green anole attempting to mate with the brown anole. The article mentioned that it would only be a few minutes. I'm going to read this last portion about males protecting their mating partners. Males protect their mating partners from other intruding males by defending their territory. At times, males have been found to deny receptive females due to their focus on territorial protection. Females also show protective behavior by mating primarily in sheltered areas and closed terrain, reducing vulnerability to predators. Unlike other anole species, the green anoles do not leave their hatch site after breeding. If you've been enjoying this video so far, consider hitting the like button. Now to the best part, a territorial dispute. We have Invader Zim at the bottom, and then for a change there's a third anole that's trying to invade into Invader Zim's territory this time. So we know already Thor is rank 1. This male anole actually used to run away from Invader Zim. I've shown it in videos, but now he's grown in size and he's gained enough confidence to come and challenge Invader Zim for that rank 2 position in the garden. They've been sizing each other up for a while. It seems like neither of them want to strike. If you didn't see the video that I uploaded yesterday of these two wild anoles fighting, you should check it out. Wild anoles are a lot more aggressive and they get right to it. The territory that they're in, it doesn't even have any females, as you guys see, but it does have a basking spot where they can stay warm, and there's a pretty nice spot to hunt down below. Pretty dope. We got to see both of them slowly change their color from brown to green. Whoever wins here may just get to mate with females, because the females from Thor's territory have been extending their range over to this heat bulb as well. Okay, now we got some movement. Just above is a baby brown anole. Thor shows up out of nowhere and he actually strikes. Let's play it again in slow motion. So the first anole dodges it, and then the baby brown anole gets out of there, and then he almost connects on the intruding anole, but the intruding anole dodges it too. We weren't expecting that to happen, but Thor was actually in the back watching from afar, and then he made his way over here when he saw the two bobbing at each other. There aren't many anoles that come from cages that will strike like that. And now he's bold enough to stand in between the both of them. You see he's sizing up the one below, and now he's gonna switch his focus onto Invader Zim up top. Notice how neither of them are bobbing back at Thor. Thor is the only one bobbing. The other two are gonna retreat, and Thor has successfully expanded his territory. Now he has the large tree as well as this heat bulb just to the right of his tree. Hey, shout out to you guys viewing this video during the premiere with me right now. Links to more interesting videos will be in the description below. Check that out. I'm gonna get back to cooking up some fire content for you guys. I'll see you in the next one.